Hi everybody, I hope that you guys are doing well tonight. Today is August the 17th, and wow, okay, I just realized something. So I had a dream on the 17th of July, and today's the 17th of August. That's so weird. Sorry, I just caught my own self off guard. But I wanted to share a dream that I had. Um, it was just maybe a couple of days ago. But I finally decided, okay, it's time to share it. So here I am. This is and was not planned. But I think it's somewhat related to the dream I had about Obama and the blue and white bird. And so if you haven't seen that video, please go back and take a look at it at your convenience. And I really appreciate the thoughts that have been shared on that video and on the other videos that I put out there. I really, really feel blessed and honored that complete strangers would be kind enough to respond in some way. And so I pray that God blesses you for that. I really am just looking for people that are like-minded, if you will. And maybe not necessarily completely like-minded. Just people that I can share with, and that are not going to tell me that I ate too much pizza before I went to bed. I know what kind of dreams those situations produce, so I do know the difference. But nevertheless, thank you for letting me share. So the dream that I had was very quick, but what I recall very vividly was that I was in this room. I was in some sort of lower level, almost underground room, and everything was just cement walls, concrete, I guess I should say, concrete walls, concrete doors, everything a gray color. And so there was a lower level and I was on the upper level because I was looking down. And in the center of this room on the floor where they were standing, but down below was a group of people. I mean, there might have been maybe, I don't know, 50 to 60 people, men and women, and they were all dressed in suits, dark colored suits with white shirts underneath. Not that that matters, I don't think. But nevertheless, they all looked very scared. They were afraid. Their clothes looked like, ties undone, blouses undone, stuff like that. They just looked really afraid. And next thing you know, all of a sudden from the side, there was some sort of like a garage door that went up. And when this garage door went up, it was almost as if there was an imaginary broom that swept everyone out that exit, out that doorway. And I knew immediately that these people were being swept away to their death. And I knew that if I didn't get out of there, I was going to be next. Now, at that point in time, I did not know where I was until I turned around to start to run and to try to get away. And that's when I realized that I was in the White House. And the reason why I realized that was because all of a sudden Secret Service men were chasing me and shooting at me, trying to kill me. And so I was running for my life. I've never been inside the White House in real life, never even been near it. And so in the dream, I was going from room to room, going through doorway to whichever doorway I could find to get away and to hide. And then at one point, I finally realized they were no longer shooting at me. And so I find myself in what seems to be like a front bedroom or a front room, or a room that's towards the front part of the house, and pulled back these dark looking curtains, really thick, heavy curtains. And I pulled them back, and I look out the window, and all the Secret Service men were running into, or getting into the vehicles that you typically see them in, those SUVs, the dark colored SUVs. And in one of the SUVs, I saw the backside of Obama getting in and somebody shutting the door for him. And then the remainder of the people got in those vehicles. And so they were like in a line, they took off, sped away from the White House. And I thought to myself, why are they going away? Why are they running away? And as soon as I asked myself that in the dream, the response I immediately got was, they're evacuating the White House. And I'm thinking to myself, well, duh, they're evacuating the White House. But why? And so I'm not going to say what the answer was in my dream, but because I don't want any drama. But basically, some harm was coming to the White House, and that's why they were evacuating. And I thought to myself, I got to get the heck out of here. And I wake up. And so the dream was actually pretty quick. But it was just so, like, again, just like the dream about Obama catching the blue and white bird and giving it to me, and then I'm swallowing the blue and white bird. This dream to me was just as peculiar. So anyway, didn't really think about it again. I've been kind of minding my business, going to church, going to work. And so just the other night, I think it was the night before last night, I was with my daughter. We were sitting on the couch, and then all of a sudden this commercial comes on for a new TV series called Designated Survivor. Have you seen the previews yet? I didn't think anything of it really at all. I was just kind of, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was in the middle of reading a book, but the reason why it caught my attention is because the narrator starts saying how according to the storyline, during every session that Congress holds, there is one member that is left behind in a secret place. In case the unthinkable happens, there will at least be one person left to carry on the government. And so it's Kiefer Sutherland, great actor. The scene cuts to him going to a window, pulling back the curtain. I think he's probably in a hotel. And he looks out the window and the White House is on fire. And so the narrator in the trailer says, and just, the unthinkable has happened, and, something like that. So the White House is down, and it was just crazy. But when I saw that, I'm not kidding you, I felt like something had just punched me in the stomach. It was, I cannot explain it, but I know that it was the Holy Spirit grabbing my attention, wanting me to focus on what I was seeing, and brought to the forefront of my mind the dream that I had. And so, guys, I don't know. I'm just sharing my dream with you. There's not a whole lot of people I can share these dreams with. And so I know it's just a dream, but at the same time, Abba Father himself said that he would pour out his spirit in the last days over young and old and women and children and Christians and non-Christians, over the entire world. He's going to be pouring out his spirit. Why? So that he can, who knows, in some cases, for some people, they're waiting to see just how real he really is. And maybe the only way to catch us in our most vulnerable state is when we're sleeping. And maybe that's why he communicates with us like that, because we're less likely to try to, talk ourselves out of what seems impossible. I serve a God who loves performing the impossible, who loves to do the unthinkable, because he is God. He is the great I am. And anyway, I just really feel that his intention for my life was to live supernaturally as the norm, not the other way around. So anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this new dream. I promise I will keep sharing with you. I mean, and I'd be more than happy to share other stuff too, if you're interested. I have somewhat of a testimony, I think, about how God has brought me through healing and deliverance from being sexually abused as a child, from 5 different people between the ages of 5 and 12. And God is awesome. God is so awesome. And so anyway, I know there's a purpose and a plan for everything that has gone wrong in my life. Some of it I chose purposefully. Some of it was the enemy. And so that what the enemy has tried to disrupt my life with by doing harm and distracting me, I know God's going to turn it around for good. So anyway, I'm babbling. Have a good night, and I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. The weather has been really beautiful here in Richardson, Texas. The last couple of days, the heat has finally kind of gone away a little bit, but who knows how long that'll last. Thanks. Bye.